Dear friends, do you often feel your life has become heavy due to worries? Do you keep thinking the same thought again and again and feel exhausted? A famous Roman emperor and renowned Stoic philosopher, Marcus Aurelius, once said, "You have power over your mind, not over outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This means peace comes from how you think, not from what happens to you. Today's story is about a young man who learned why holding worries too long can make life feel heavy. Rohan was a young man who looked always worried, constantly replaying his mistakes. His face carried a constant burden. One day, Rohan visited an old teacher who lived at the edge of a peaceful village. Rohan sat down and, "I can't rest. My mind is always busy, always talking. Even when I sit still, my thoughts do not cease. I worry about my future. I replay my mistakes. I anticipate everything that could go wrong. It feels like I am carrying something all the time, but I don't know what it is." The old teacher listened quietly. Then he walked to a table and picked up a glass of water. He held it in front of Rohan and asked calmly, "Tell me, how heavy is this glass?" Rohan said, "Not heavy. Maybe a little, but nothing serious." Then the teacher asked, "How heavy would it feel if I held it for 5 minutes?" Rohan thought for a moment. "A little uncomfortable," he said. "And if I held it for 1 hour?" the teacher asked. Rohan answered, "My arm would begin to strain." The teacher raised his arm slightly higher. "And if I held it all day?" Rohan looked at the glass again. "Then it would not be about the glass anymore. My arm would be numb, painful, and weak." The teacher smiled gently. "The glass never changed," he said. "Only the time I held it did." He looked at Rohan and said, "Your worries are the same. They are not heavy because they exist. They become heavy because you hold them for too long. You think about your problems for a few moments and you feel fine. You think about them for hours and your mind begins to ache. You think about them all day and your life becomes paralyzed." Rohan's eyes softened. "That is exactly how I feel," he said quietly. "Stuck, tired, numb." The teacher spoke gently. "Your pain is not coming from your problems, but from your attachment to them. This is called rumination, which means thinking about the same worry again and again. Some thoughts are meant to be solved, some are meant to be learned from, and some are meant to be released." "Rohan, but how do I drop them?" The teacher replied calmly, "By understanding this simple truth. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not every worry deserves your energy. Not every fear deserves a place in your mind. You do not need to hold your worries all day to be responsible. You do not need to replay your mistakes to be wise. You do not need to live in fear to be prepared. Peace comes from awareness, knowing what you are thinking, and choosing what to keep." Rohan closed his eyes. For the first time in many days, his mind felt quiet. The teacher said softly, "Peace does not come from fixing everything. It comes from knowing what to carry and what to put down." Rohan stood up. Something inside him had changed. He felt a deep sense of relief. Not because his worries were gone, but because he realized something powerful. He did not have to carry them all the time. Moral of the story: life's worries are not always heavy by nature. They become heavy when you hold them too long. Learn when to think. Learn when to act. And most importantly, learn when to release what no longer serves you. Now, let's learn 3 important words from today's story. Word 1. Rumination. Rumination means thinking about the same problem again and again. Word 2. Cease. Cease means to stop. Word 3. Anticipate. Anticipate means to expect something before it happens. Write in the comments below, I will stop rumination. I will practice awareness. I will release my worries. If this story helped you learn something new, please like this video and share it with someone who feels stressed or worried. And if you want to improve your English while learning such powerful life lessons, subscribe to Mind Tales and grow with us, one story at a time.